Greetings, welcome to the Prime Directive. I'm your host, Jeffico, and my co-host is always Chris. Say hi, Chris.
Hello.
So, Disco, Season 3, Episode 5, Die Trying.
Mm-hmm.
Did anybody really die in this one, Chris?
I think that might have been about the doctor that was on the seed ship.
Yeah?
He died trying to save his family?
He wanted to die trying. They didn't let him.
No, because he's not going to the doctor, so he's just going to die.
Well, no, they're taking him. That's why Nhan's staying behind.
No, I think she's supervising.
I disagree with that entirely.
Okay.
He's leaving. Burnham's is like, no, he has to go. That's why Nhan's staying.
No, Nhan's... Okay, alright, let's just get right into it. She's staying so that after he dies, because he refuses to leave his family, who is on the ship, that there will be someone there to take care of the ship.
I feel we watched 2 different episodes, because Burnham was always like...
Never to leave a person behind. So it's him versus Starfleet then? Sometimes there is no good choice.
Yeah, that's
Which was force him to leave because he is completely curable.
Yeah, but he's not going to leave, so that's why Nhan has to stay to take care of the ship after he dies.
I didn't see that at all.
I saw that at all.
No.
I saw that 2 times.
Disagree, but we're just going to ignore we even talked about that.
All right.
Because I'm going to cry later.
USS Voyager. Jay, that's 10 generations of evolution?
So Saru calls Burnham number 1. It's like, I don't know if I'm okay with that. I mean, that was a Riker-Picard thing. Why is this a
Everybody
constant
has
thing
to
now?
do it, yeah.
It just doesn't make sense anymore. It's a Riker-Picard thing. It's just like, hey, number 1. It's like, no, nobody's ever called a first officer that before. That's cool.
When I was watching TNG, I never got the impression that was standard terminology.
Yeah.
But I know it was a reference to the cage because Pike calls Rachael Barrett number 1.
Yeah, and I'm okay with that. It doesn't need to be on every starship.
Yeah, I did not get the feeling that was standard.
To me, it kind of takes away the specialness of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, hey, give him another cool name.
Yeah, but everybody does it. Everybody.
I'm gonna call you Skipper.
Yeah. Get your own catchphrase.
Yeah.
Captain?
Number 1.
Every report, record, and log that you asked for is ready to be handed over to Starfleet.
They arrive at Federation headquarters. It's cloaked, kind of.
Mm-hmm. Some kind of future-space cloak.
Some organic thing. And all the ships are processing the power. We see some ships.
Yeah, what about those ships, Jeff?
Detached nacelles.
Yeah, how does that even work?
New Constitution.
Yeah.
And I saw this one ship. I'm like, Voyager. And then it was Voyager.
It was Voyager Jay.
Yeah. I was just like, wow, you really haven't changed the design. Like, that's still the thing that made me think Voyager.
Enterprises are generally recognizable. I don't know what the Sovereign class was really doing. But...
I don't know, that Enterprise Jay, I would not have guessed Enterprise.
Jays.
Yeah.
Jays
are
are weird.
just all
Jays
over the
are
place.
weird.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the rule. Once you get to J, you can just whatever.
Whatever you want to do, guys.
Yeah.
Are we at J yet? Good, because the design I came up with for this.
There's also a USS Nog.
That's a nice little nod.
Yeah.
Nielsen's on the bridge, sitting in the command chair, because she's the first officer we deserve.
Mm-hmm.
We'll talk later how I'm transitioning from Nhan to Nielsen, but...
That was a quick turnover, Jeff.
We're not there yet, Chris. We're not there yet. I haven't flipped out yet. New Federation is so advanced, but it's kind of still flawed.
And I appreciate the offer, but a debrief must come first. Our journey here must be quite the story.
A story we are eager to tell, Admiral.
Not as eager as I am to hear it.
They debrief everybody. They give them a little update. Levi and AI Medical is very intrusive and says that Burnham is prone to crying.
Like, dude, EMH Mark 1 had better bedside manner. Who is this guy?
Yeah, but like he nailed it. She's prone to emotional outbursts.
Oh, he's got the
You
data.
should not be in command.
Yeah.
Like this.
Wow.
What if you're on the bridge and you just start crying and they're just like Klingons are firing? And
Well, a funny story about that.
Klingons firing does induce my crying because of what I've been through.
Yeah.
I am curious as to what remains of the rest of the Federation.
38 member worlds that we're aware of. Down from 350 at its peak.
There are 38 Federation members now. And a lot of the members are like, Nhan's race now, and then the Calpians.
This is actually more than I expected. Like, the Federation is in a better state than I feel like they were alluding to in the first couple episodes.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know what their travel plans are. I'm thinking it's still limited because they seem like they've lost communication with some areas. But no, it's some pretty advanced ships.
Yeah, holy shit.
Yeah, those are breast.
I guess technology would have pretty much stalled after the burn, so that's what they were doing 100 some odd years ago. Was
you telling me that Voyager Jay could be 150 years old?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, maybe it's lost for a while. Be like, oh shit, warps down, another long journey. So Disco was destroyed 2258. Should check that, but yeah, I think there's probably some stuff there.
I think that sounds about right.
Yeah, we'll see. 30th century, there's a temporal war. The Admiral doesn't trust them.
Yeah.
He wants to retrofit and reassign the Discovery. They should accept the retrofit.
Yes.
They should.
Yeah, they need cool stuff.
Yeah.
They're a literal tin can right now. I feel like if any other ship sneezes on them, they'll just blow up.
Well, as long as Stamets doesn't crap out again, they can just jump.
That's true. Yeah, good luck hitting them.
Yeah. Send out a pulse in every direction. Oh shit. Yeah, we might have new weapons. So Burnham, classic Burnham in this episode, wants to disobey orders.
Yeah.
Find this information so that she can help the Federation.
We should steal this from the Federation so we can help the Federation.
Let's prove they can trust us by stealing from them.
Yes. Burnham, you have been with the courier too long.
Yeah, no, I think that's classic Burnham. That's what she's always been like, you know. Screw the rules. Prime Directive, Federation. None of it matters if you can say it at the end in victory.
Yeah, the ends justify the means. Burnham.
It was raining Starfleet officers. Did you bring any snacks? I'm starving.
So you would consider yourself essential personnel?
Have you been talking to Detmer? Because I can't seem to get away from this question.
Everyone's getting interviewed. Not just giving her security officer code. And we found out her last name is D, or initial is D. Burnham talks to Lieutenant Willow. She wants the roster still. Georgiou's interview is probably the most interesting.
This is the most I have ever liked Georgiou, or Mira Georgiou, since they brought her back.
No, you won't really do that.
Correct.
And even if you did, you'd lie. So the only way I'll glean any information is by the questions you ask me.
But no, she was great in this, and we of course have David Cronenberg in this. I want him to stick around. You and I have a bit of a theory with him.
The glasses do make him look more intelligent.
They do. But this was actually a very interesting scene, and I really wanted as much as I could get out of those two. They were playing off each other fantastically. The banter was excellent. It was just intriguing seeing this unflappable Georgiou meet someone else who is also unflappable and knows a hell of a lot more than anyone else does.
Yeah, like they're like, let's not like just answer each other's questions because that's just gonna be like lies. But like,
the questions you ask me are going to be the only source of truth.
Exactly.
Like, oh man, there's chess. We're playing chess with each other. That was some
good ways to figure out each other. I thought that was probably some of the better writing in a while.
Yeah.
You're not wrong, but that could also explain why you'd fall in line with Discovery. But there's a person on the crew you care about, isn't there?
Am I biplicitous in my duology, Jeff?
Yeah, apparently all Terrans are duplicitous in their biology.
Yeah.
How about Smiley O'Brien?
Ooh.
Huh? How about Bashir?
Yeah. That's a little racist from David Cronenberg.
Yeah.
Damn.
I mean, I don't remember what regular Cisco was, but I'm assuming he's probably good.
Yeah.
Then just jump into... They're not duplicitous. Some of them are just sexy. If you go over there, I'm just saying. Some of them are just sexy dads, not duplicitous.
Just sexy. Okay. All right.
And I mean, that's what made Mira Hoshi the best thing ever. Was that she might kill you.
There's what's life without a little risk.
This could be the best sex of my life. I might die, but it could still be the best. Poor Archer.
We'll lose all the data on our counterparts.
Exactly.
Yeah, but Georgiou decides to blink the holograms to death.
That was weird, and this guy has some shitty holograms. Again, EMH Mark 1. I don't think you could blink him to death.
Please state the nature of stop that. I have a cream, I will do it. We'll inject you with something to stop it.
Yep.
So Chris, there's this plant ship we've never heard of before called the Teakoff.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess it's still in service.
I get the feeling it's been upgraded several times. I think it's more just a floating vault. It's not really a ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's got the cure for that little alien race that's having an issue right now.
Mm-hmm.
And Burnham wants to go up there and help them, keep the crew together, prove they're good.
Mm-hmm. We have a problem where you need to go to a place. Oh, let me tell you who's good at going to a place.
We can just jump there now. We could get a crew together in an hour, but we could do it now.
We could actually be done, before you've even picked your crew.
Yeah.
Literally, boop.
We're gonna send one officer, Lieutenant Willow or whatever, and 2 security, so that they could totally stop your crew if you decided to revolt.
Hope this fossil of a ship can do what you say it can.
You might want to hold on to something.
Black alert.
We get there, and they have to track her out of an ion storm.
Mm-hmm.
They even tease a transporter chief, Chris. There is a transporter chief. I remember when they teased us a medical officer, and we were just like, who? I think it was 2 seasons before they're finally like, it's Culber.
It's not Culber.
I feel it is.
It's still not Culber.
Well, then I quit, Chris.
It's still not Culber.
Because, if it's not Culber, I don't know who it is. I'm pretty sure a few episodes ago, they're like, Chief Medical Officer Culber, come here to the bridge.
No, there's another lady that I think, I'm pretty sure is the CMO. I think she outranks him if you look at the tips.
Because it's always him.
I know it's always
literally
him.
To the bridge. It's
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know it's always him, but I don't think he holds the rank of CMO.
I think it's...
Which is, again, pointless. If you're going to be having the doctor that does everything, just make him the fucking CMO and just... Jesus Christ. Okay.
I think it's our little alien from another dimension. I think it's him, Chris.
Oh, I did love their interviews when they were being debriefed. It's but my murderer and I are cool now.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
Clinically dead?
Well, I was emotionally dead too. And I was murdered. I can really do a number on you. But my murderer and I are good now.
There are Barzan caretakers, seed faults, and I did mention about them when Georgiou asked to see that combat. I was like, Section 31.
Oh, yeah, we need to get that.
I mean, if Cronenberg's going to be anything, he's going to be Section 31.
Gotta be future space Section 31.
And if I've learned anything from watching his movies, they cut that scene where him and Georgiou do it, because that is in his movies.
Oh my god.
As much as I enjoy being fetishized, and I do,
play with it.
So I do hate... this is... Because like I said, that was probably my favorite scene, was the interaction between those two. But I hate Section 31. I hate that it's there.
Oh, I love DS9 Section 31.
I goddamn hate that it's still there 1,000 years later. But if the Section 31 show is those two fucking around and doing more shit like that, where they're just at each other.
I'm pretty sure he was just there as either a favor or fan service to be in Star Trek.
Well, he's gonna be in more episodes, I think.
Yeah, but I don't think he's gonna be I'm gonna stop making really out there movies so that I could be on Discovery. I don't think that's gonna happen.
Okay, well, when you put it that way.
my species is known for 2 things: diligence and poverty. What little we get, we invest in our children.
Your family must have been so proud when you joined Starfleet.
They were devastated.
We get a lot of non-backstory in this.
Mm-hmm. I wonder
really
why.
Liked.
I wonder why.
I was they have never sold me the wrong way with that. When we got all the Arian backstory, she was... I don't know, she died that episode.
She died immediately.
Yeah, pretty much. We just see a hologram of the Barzan crew. Daddy's flickering out of control. We find out that he kind of had a phase incident.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the only reason he's still alive.
Yeah, he was beaming when the radiation, the coronal mass ejection happened.
Yeah. Nice recall there.
Thank you.
Stamets and Jet and Tilly are working on it.
I do love them as well.
Willow's just like,
good dynamic.
You guys are pretty dysfunctional. It's like, that's our wheelhouse.
Yeah, just like, go fuck yourself.
Give me some food, I'm hungry.
Can we just irradiate your entire personality?
Calibrating for a cosmic background radiation.
I was just gonna ask you
me
to
do that.
Duh.
Your relationship isn't very professional.
It's how we work.
I've been trying to raise the bar.
They basically beam him back into phase, Chris.
Mm-hmm. That was easy.
Yeah, it really was. It made me think of Barclay.
It wasn't that big of a problem. There just wasn't anyone around to actually fix it.
Made me think of Barclay hugging those little transporter worms.
Yeah.
Bring him back in. He says, Burnham, you have to save the day again, because the doctors are like, I'm disconnected from everything, and Nhan's all being too nice.
Yeah,
So it's just
Burnham hasn't had enough to do this episode.
We can help you. We can help you try to save them or bring them back, or there's a cure maybe. And then Burnham's just like, they're dead, bro.
Yeah.
Sorry, give us your information.
What's your name? Jim? They're dead, Jim.
Yeah, they're dead. Passwords to daughters' names, the two Barzan moons. They're so beautiful.
They're pretty moons.
Yeah, the doc don't want to leave. He'll die if he stays. Pretty sure he left.
No, he stayed.
Nhan offers to stay, so fuck this show. Chris, I'm out. You're taking the best part of this show, and you're leaving it behind. She was on the Enterprise, Chris. Enterprise.
She deserves better.
She does. Again. All this cool stuff, but oh man, I even wrote, I think I'm even more in love with Nhan. Right at the top here, Chris, because I'm learning so much more about her. So here's a character that I'm invested in. Kill her at the end of the season so I cry and Chris can watch me cry and be like, you are part of Discovery now, Jeff. But no, you just get rid of her.
You'll see her again. You'll see her again.
So as I said, yeah, Nielsen is now best girl.
So that was a solid 15 minutes of mourning, and you flat.
I'm always gonna cry. She was alien, Chris. She had cool alien things.
What the hell are you doing here besides saving their asses?
Stayed for Arium. She's a science officer, but she paid the price of a soldier. Felt like someone should honor that. A life for a life, you know?
Let's just say, I'm good here.
So they get back to the ship.
Yeah.
And the mission. They don't have 5-year missions anymore.
Luxuries.
The Admiral's just like, yeah, that's a luxury we don't have anymore. And Saru's just like, let me tell you about your planet's history, because I'm not from there, but...
Yeah.
We had the Renaissance and the Dark Ages, and there's this guy who used to do all this painting, and he's like a beacon in the Dark Ages. We want to be that beacon for you.
Yeah,
why don't you make us a flagship?
Important.
We are so important. Exactly. And then, the Admiral's just like, fine, if it will shut you up.
Yeah.
And he's just like, I couldn't tell you about the burn before because, classified stuff, we couldn't trust you, but now I can tell you, all we got is theories, we don't know shit.
We don't know shit.
Not gonna tell you anything now because, again, don't know shit.
We got nothing.
Are you at liberty to discuss it with us now?
We have more theories than ships in the fleet at the moment. The Federation never found enough data to support one over the other.
They better not just leave this. They are building some interesting mystery from this episode.
The music, Chris.
This episode sort of seems to be starting what we're actually going to be doing for the rest of the season.
Yeah, learning what that song was?
Learning, I think, yeah, putting that mystery together, that and the burn, it's being somehow related.
I hope it's just I hope Discovery actually builds a really intriguing mystery, and they have Georgiou, and she acts part of it, and Cronenberg's all like, yeah, do this, and we're finding her path leads with Burnham, and they all connect, and it's just this really brilliant mystery, and they're just the burn happened, and then all of a sudden it's just no, it was Michael. No, sorry.
Yeah.
All that intriguing stuff we were building, no, it was Michael. That was the plan from the start.
She did the thing. and I know that's how this is going to end.
It's in her name.
It's the whole thing.
Assuming I don't get lost in the wormhole. It's a one-way trip. My mother should have returned to her anchor point on Terra Elysium, so hopefully I will land there too. Apparently this is what I'm meant to do.
So crazy theory. Again, I think Georgiou's been replaced by one of Cronenberg's holograms.
Yeah, I didn't like that at all. She's just standing there, and it's just 1 or 2 times maybe, but it's 3 times. She's just hello.
Yeah, and she's just she's not zoned out, she's just not moving.
That's an unusual question to ask me. Okay.
Michael. I asked if you were okay.
Why would you ever ask me a question like that?
There was a lot of mention of holograms specifically in this episode, and I think it's priming us to think.
They in fact said AI.
Yeah. So like we had that hologram that was sort of looking over Burnham. We had one of the ships was all holographic or holographic interior. That was something they mentioned when they were doing that fly through at the start.
You know, that's great. Like, you can customize everything on that ship and be like, oh, like, give me the most advanced controls, most comfortable captain's chair that can do every button. Thank you, Trip, for doing that in manual real life. But once the systems start getting destroyed, we're all sitting on the floor.
Yeah, that seems like a terrible idea for anything other than like a.
Can you fix it? Nope, that's gone now too.
Like any ship that you're anticipating is in any kind of danger. That seems like a terrible design.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think Cronenberg's replacing people with holograms, and one of them's Georgiou.
There's that constant threat of that like control coming back. When he was glitching and doing the face stuff, I'm like, oh, are we doing control again? Is that gonna happen? Like every episode I'm starting to feel like, oh, Detmer's here for you, she's freaking, is she control, is she? Like
oh, and we completely ignored the computer being sentient.
Yeah.
We disregarded that entirely.
And what exactly is this data we're now accountable for?
The sphere is a benevolent life form that merged with Discovery. Its data is a record of everything seen and experienced by this entity in the 100,000 years leading up to our departure.
Yeah, well, they did say it. They're just like, oh, by the way, we came to the future because of this, and our ship has this really special thing that you don't need to put people on and study and understand it at all. 100,000 years or whatever of like information, like.
We'll trade you databases.
Yeah, they should.
Or do tradesies.
Nhan, stay behind. There's this giant database. It's the only way we're gonna discover what happened. Did we bring that with us? Because it wasn't mentioned. Wasn't mentioned at all. Also, why? Like, I get it. They're gonna put Discovery on these little missions or whatever, and you're like, oh, you help out here, you help out there. Put some people on that ship to help adjust them to the future that they're in. Some like, I don't know, advanced counselors. Some people that could be like, hey, we're gonna upgrade your ship. Here's how this works. Don't push that button. There's so many things, and a pilot that doesn't always freak.
My Yeoh crew, they're only now beginning to wrangle with the trauma they went through. Your pilot, Detmer, her baselines are unsteady, to put it mildly.
They're just like, oh, Detmer's our pilot. We're going to stand by her, even if she screws up. Be like, there were other people that helmed the ship than Paris, and all of them, like, other people can fly. Be like, until you actually like go on the hologram, deal with some holographic crap, you know, and figure your shit out, maybe you shouldn't be at the fucking bridge.
Yeah,
it's great we're helping you work through your problems, but maybe you shouldn't be in service at the moment.
Yeah.
This episode ends with Saru and Burnham having like the traditional Spock, Kirk, Bones thing, but usually like when they're talking, they're crying. Spock, Bones, Kirk's just like, let's find something ridiculous to laugh about.
Yes, Mr. Spock, I understand. Thank you, Captain. Of course, Mr. Spock. Your reaction was quite logical. Thank you, Doctor. In a pig's eye.
Next week, we get Book returns.
Yeah,
I saw a headshot, or maybe it's just a collar exploding ahead.
Looked like something exploded ahead.
Georgiou looking super implanted. And yeah, that's next week. So, overall thoughts, Chris?
Overall thoughts, I liked this episode. I liked this episode quite a bit, I think. It had some great scenes. I didn't mention before, but the bit with Burnham actually being in command of Discovery was probably the most Starfleet she has ever been. I think throughout the entire course, she was professional and
I felt like she was only doing that because she was being watched.
Oh yeah, she's on her best behavior, right?
She's just like, take us in. Directive.
Policy. But
should we kill them? No, we would never do that.
Yeah. So I'm very interested in where they're going with the mystery. What is this song? How does it relate to the burn? How did Burnham do it? I'm not. I hope it's not that.
Or with Tyler.
With the burn. How was the burn Burnham's fault? I hope it's not, but I've been hurt before. So yeah, where are we going with this mystery? The pieces are set up really well. I'm hoping now we're going to start getting a bit more information about what the Federation looks like and the history, and want to see more of these cool ships. But overall, yeah, I thought this was a really strong episode. We're 5 episodes in, and Discovery Season 3 still looks great for me, and that's a very good sign.
Yeah, like when I think back, like the best parts of Discovery Season 2 was Pike
Mm-hmm.
and Nhan. Mm-hmm. And Season 3, it seems to be on the rise.
Mm-hmm.
For sure, this was a more entertaining episode for me because we were learning about the future and, the state of the Federation. I hate that we jump to the future and there's still kind of the same people. Yeah, we're not gonna share stuff with you. We're suspicious, this and that. And it's just I don't know, 1,000 years and we're still the same. We're we haven't really evolved in much.
Yes, well, Starfleet's in a pretty bad shape.
Yeah, but where's the Ascension guy, Chris? There should be an Ascension guy.
Yeah. What does the koala have to say about this?
That's it. His eyes.
The universe is balanced on the back of a giant koala! Why is he smiling? What does he know? The secret of life is...
Yeah, I enjoyed this episode. I mean, there are much worse episodes than this. I mean, some of this episode really sucks.
Mm-hmm.
The whole leaving Nhan behind thing. You. Thanks for developing another character. You. My only real hope now is, Nielsen and that transporter chief, that mysterious transporter chief.
Yeah. Maybe you'll like the transporter chief.
Yeah. That'd be cool. Well, until next week, as always, thanks for watching.